You know, there's this three-digit number that has a huge amount of power over your financial life. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that number, your credit score, so you can take control and really unlock a better financial future. Let's dive in.
I mean, think about it. What if just one number could influence the car you drive, the house you buy, even the interest rate you pay on pretty much everything? Well, it's not a what-if scenario at all. That number is your credit score, and really understanding it is the first step to mastering your money. Okay, so what is this thing exactly? The easiest way to think about it is like a financial trust score. It's just a quick way for lenders to see how reliable you are with money you've borrowed. Basically, the higher your score, the more they trust you. And as you're about to see, that's a very good thing.
So why should you even care? Because a great score is like a golden key. It unlocks lower interest rates on credit cards and loans, and that can save you thousands of dollars. It makes getting that approval for a mortgage or car loan way smoother, opening up all sorts of financial opportunities.
Now I know, trying to improve your score can feel kinda overwhelming, but it really boils down to just a couple of key things. So let's cut through all the noise and focus on the two absolute biggest factors, the actions that are gonna give you the most bang for your buck.
If you remember nothing else from our time together, please remember this. Rule number one, above all else, is to pay your bills on time. Every single time. Your payment history is the single biggest ingredient in your credit score. Seriously, nothing else even comes close.
And the best part? The solutions here are actually pretty simple. Set up automatic payments so you can just set it and forget it. If money gets tight, just make sure you always pay at least the minimum on time. And hey, if you do fall behind, the most important thing is to get current as fast as you can. A late payment can hang around for 7 years, but the good news is its power over you really starts to fade as you stack up those positive habits.
All right, on to rule number 2, and this one's a very close second in importance. Keep your credit card balances low. This is measured by something called your credit utilization ratio, which is just a fancy term for a really simple idea. How much of your available credit are you actually using? The magic number you need to burn into your brain? 30%. Lenders start to get a little nervous when they see you're using too much of your available credit. So keeping your total balance under 30% of your total limit, that's the gold standard.
Let's make this super clear. If you have a total credit limit of, say, $10,000 across all your cards, you want to keep your total balance under $3,000. And honestly, lower is always better. But staying under that 30% mark is absolutely key. And here's a little pro tip for you. Most card companies report your balance on your statement closing date. So if you can pay down your balance before that date hits, your reported utilization will be lower, which can give your score a nice little boost. Okay, once you've got those two big rules on lockdown, it's time to think about the long game. These next few strategies are all about building a really stable, strong credit history over time. You know, a common mistake people make is closing an old credit card they don't use anymore. But unless it has some crazy annual fee, you're almost always better off just keeping it open. Why? Well, closing it can actually hurt you. It shortens the average age of your accounts, and boom, it instantly increases your utilization ratio. Keeping it open just signals stability.
Lenders also like to see that you can responsibly handle different kinds of debt. This is what's known as your credit mix. Having a mix of credit cards and installment loans like a car loan or a mortgage can definitely help your score. But, and I really want you to hear this, never take on debt you don't actually need just to chase a few points. It's not worth it.
Let's talk about something called hard inquiries. Basically, every time you formally apply for new credit, whether it's a credit card, a loan, whatever, it creates a hard inquiry on your report. Each one of those can cause a small temporary dip in your score.
So how do you handle this? First off, try not to apply for a ton of new credit all at once. But here's a great tip. If you're shopping around for a big loan, like for a car or a house, do all of your applications within a short window, like 2 weeks. The scoring models are smart enough to know you're just shopping for the best rate, and they'll count all those inquiries as just one single event.
Okay, we're in the home stretch. Let's talk about the fine-tuning. These are the proactive steps you can take to really protect your score and give it that final polish.
You would be shocked, literally shocked, at how often mistakes pop up on credit reports. And those errors can seriously drag your score down. The fix is a simple 3-step process. First, get your free reports from the 3 big guys, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Second, look them over for anything that doesn't look right. And third, if you find something, file a dispute. It's your right, and it can make a huge difference. But what if you're starting from zero? Or maybe you need to rebuild your credit? There are 2 fantastic options. A secured card is great because it's backed by your own cash deposit, so you can build your own positive history safely. The other route is becoming an authorized user on someone else's account. This lets you kind of piggyback on their good credit. Just make absolutely sure it's someone you trust who has a flawless record.
An account in collections can feel like a huge weight on your score. The best thing to do is contact the agency directly. You can often negotiate and settle the debt for less than what you owe. But this is the most important part. Ask them and get it in writing if they'll agree to delete the whole thing from your report once you've paid. That's the real game changer.
So let's put this all together in a super simple game plan. This checklist shows you exactly where to put your energy. See the priorities? Focus on the very high-impact items first. Pay every bill on time and get that utilization under 30%. Then you can work your way down. This isn't about doing everything at once. It's about doing the things that move the needle the most.
And that really brings us to the most important takeaway from all of this. There are no secret hacks or quick tricks to a great credit score. It simply comes down to consistent, responsible behavior over time. You got to think of it like a marathon, not a sprint.
At the end of the day, your credit score is more than just a number. It's a reflection of your financial story so far. But the great thing is, you are the author. By using these principles, you're the one. You know, there's this 3-digit number that has a huge amount of power over your financial life. So today,